So on the following morning, he arrived to serve breakfast. Initially was 10 o'clock. Then he arrived at 10:15, which was quite late to start serving the breakfast. Then the client came and he said, oh, he would be finished cooking by 10:30, 10:45.
It specifies very clearly that you're to start serving at 9 a.m. Were you there at 9 a.m. ready to serve the breakfast, yes or no?
No, Judge.
Why not?
I overheard Angela and the clients saying that, oh, we had a long night and we would not be up in time. And she could agree to this as well. So they amended time again.
To what time?
They amended, she told me to arrive at 10. She said she wanted food served at 10, but I heard, this is what I heard, that she wanted me to arrive at 10.
They actually didn't start serving the breakfast until, I think, about 11:05, at which case my son, Omar, and I were the people taking the food out and putting it in because he didn't really bring the correct staff to set up cooking.
And am I right that your client ended up getting so cross that guests got involved in making the breakfast?
No, the client came and said, give me the bacon, and went into her house and cooked the bacon for her birthday party.
Judge, she's really dishonest on that. She never cooked any bacon. And the reason she couldn't cook the bacon is that the bacon she snatched off the counter was frozen. So she couldn't have cooked it.
Were you there at the breakfast?
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
The client come over and asked where the food was. It was late. She asked him if he needed help cooking it. He said no, he's got it under control. And she obviously got upset because he's obviously been late. She's got people there. So she asked him if she'll have to help him cook. And he goes, yeah. And he passed her the bacon and she went inside to go cook the bacon for her
Did she cook it?
Yes, she
As far
did.
as I know, yeah.
Yes,
was
she
Very
did.
much. And it was late?
Yeah, it was already late. That's why she decided to do that.
Understood. Was there complaint about the quality of the breakfast that you
Of
did?
course, Judge,
What were the
because
complaints?
on the itinerary there were certain things that were specifically for vegetarians and vegans.
Now, one of them, and this is so the two parts of your complaints about the breakfast. One, it was served late in breach of contract. The second one was there was, amongst other things, homemade vegan hashed potatoes.
Yes.
Now, what was the problem with them?
They fried the hash browns, which were not homemade, they were from the wholesaler, in the same deep fat fryer as they were frying the sausages. So they fried the sausages, fried the hash browns, fried the sausages, fried the
I get the idea, madam. Is it wise or is it reasonable to cook vegetarian and vegan food in the same fat as you're using for the meat eaters?
Judge, there's no law stating that you should separate them. Don't make her speak in.
Would you agree with me, sir, that where you're making vegan food, that it would be implied to a customer that you're going to use oil which hasn't been used on meat?
Yes, Judge.
So was it a wise idea to use the same deep fat fryer for the hashed potatoes as it was for the sausages and the bacon?
It wasn't wise to do it, but the reason, the intimidation that we had with the unprofessionalism that...
Who was intimidating you at the breakfast?
Angela was, when the food is going to be out, when it's time it's going to be out. They didn't allow me to do my job. They didn't allow me to unpack the van and set up. I told them a time.
Thank you.
They didn't allow me to do it.
I hear you. 2 days later, you end up in a discussion with your client. At some point, you, without speaking to Randolph, agreed to give this person a refund.
No, that's not quite true. On the Sunday, in front of Omar, the client said, you know, I'm going to want my money back.
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe you. What did you agree in terms of the refund with this woman, please?
The full refund of the catering cost.
Full sum was £3,000.
Yes, it was.
Did you give her that £3,000 refund? Now, going back, in mid-August, you had paid Randolph for all of his work £1,800.
Yes.
My question to you, madam, is this. Let's assume, for argument's sake, that you can prove that the catering was provided to below a reasonable standard. Why is he liable for the £3,000 as opposed to the £1,800?
The reason I believe he's liable for the 3,000 is when everything was calculated, I had to give her back the 3,000 for the catering cost, not because something I did, but because of his actions. And I felt, which is reasonable, that he should have to make that payment.
It's your profit. That's your contract with this woman.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to do with it.
Yes.
His contract is with you.
Yes.
Liability, as far as he's concerned, is £1,800, correct?
Correct.
That's the amount of it. What if you were a very greedy person, which I'm not going to say you are? Let's say, for example, you charged this woman £10,000, and the catering portion that he was liable for was £1,800. Would he be liable for that £10,000? What about £100,000? Why is he liable for the extra £1,200?
I feel that he's liable for the extra £1,200 specifically because if not because of his actions, I wouldn't have had to refund anything.
You wouldn't have lost your profit.
And I wouldn't have lost my profit. And I even said to him, pay the 1,800, we can discuss the 1,200. I'll take a hit, you pay a little bit extra.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.